very first indication, the things that anchor who your mentor should be. One is your vision. Is your what? Vision. That thing you want to achieve. Alright? That is the very first indicator of who your mentor should be. Can you have more than one mentor? Can you have more than one mentors? You know, some of us have financial mentors, we have spiritual mentors, we have relationship mentors, and all categories of mentors. So, because I have emphasized the importance of mentorship right now, don't look at your mentor as your class teacher, or your form teacher, or your whoever instills discipline. Alright? One of the major reasons why you choose me as your mentor is because what I am doing right now, my area of expertise, my experience has something to do with what you're doing. Is Uche hearing me? Alright? Your mentor in the area of dermatology has to be somebody who is relevant to that vision. Even if the person is a drunkard, that is the problem I'm causing in this place right now. Hello? Yes. The person that said he wants to be a neurosurgeon, right? Even if that person is the worst politician, he is your mentor on that particular role that you want him to mentor you on. Some of us, our fathers are not the best dad when it comes to finance, yeah? When it comes to relationships, right? When it comes to spirituality, they might not be our mentors in those regards. How many of you want your father to die? Yeah? God forbid, right? No, we're having a conversation, all right? But there is something about your father that no person on this earth can represent, take the place of replace, right? That's the word. So when you are choosing your mentors, serve very well. Now, your mentors must have, please take me seriously when I draw this line right now. Your mentor must have the right character to carry your vision or to carry something you want to become in the future, all right? They have done so well in that area, but they should also represent what is admirable in other areas of life. But I said the very first criteria of selecting a mentor is someone who aligns with your vision, all right? 2, you have everything to do with your mentorship as much as your mentor does. Alright? You cannot find the right mentor if you cannot be mentored. Hello? One of the things that make mentorship difficult is when you have irresponsible mentees. You agree a session with me right now, and I give you a time. Or we are reviewing your project. I'm the one, the mentor. I'm here dealing with a family of 5. I'm dealing with a business problem. And I have decided to help you resolve your vision, to help you achieve your vision. And I am the one taking your vision more serious than you. That's the problem. Are we together? So, your vision, select who your mentor is, your character, your responsiveness, how much you need that vision to come through, determines Because once we notice that you are a very irresponsible person, nobody will want to mentor a person like that. In your class, there are certain persons that your teachers pay more attention to. They are doing something different. Isn't that? Number 3 is that your vision has to be big enough. Hello? I don't know, maybe in another session, the convener might show you a book I wrote on mentorship. You know, you have the characteristics of who a good mentor is and a good mentee is, you know, on how, where we, you know, drop a lot of things that you need to know about selecting a mentor. So, but I'll just leave it at these 3 right now. 1, your vision. That is what selects who should fit in the place of your mentor. 2, what is the number 2 thing I said? Your character, your responsiveness, right? And 3, your mentorship has to be big enough. Let me tell you what your mentors do with your vision. Today, I am a very proud mentor. Put your hands together for me. When I hear my mentees talk about big vision and what they're able to achieve, I'm proud. So if you want mentorship from me and you just want to pass your exams, you know, do one thing or the other, I'm not the right one. But if the vision is big enough, that will challenge me to find a way to help you achieve it, you can bring it up. And I think that is the same with every other mentor. I'll just leave it at 3 for now. Sorry if I'm taking so much time.
Thank you so much, sir. More detailed step by step on how to ensure that we provide services. I'll come back to the company now in that regard so that we will make much more progress. So I wanted to share a realistic example, you know. Like I mentioned earlier about campus life, you know, most people are already eager to go to the campus life because they want to get away from parents and they are eager about what they are set to experience there. I wanted to give you a realistic example on how we can ensure we don't have this well there and what advice we can do. Ensure that they stay true to the vision they carry without going anywhere astray.
Okay, the thing is, hello? I think unique standard bearers, if you remember, there was a time we had a conversation. In our session, I asked you the why question, right? Whatever thing you want to do, the first thing you should consider is why am I doing it? Because the reason you are doing that will determine every single activity you're going to do that. So first of all, before you get yourself to school, sit down and have a better definition of why am I going to school. Am I going to school to go and have a boyfriend? There's Melody there, I used to play with her about that stuff. Am I going to school to go and have a boyfriend? The answer is what? No. Am I going to school to go and become a cultist? What's the answer? No. But I'm going to school to go and do what? Learn and have knowledge. So when you find yourself in school, anything that is not within the definition of your why you are in school should be out of your league. Are we together? I know the friends, that is why I said first, before you go there, define your why reason. The reason you come here is because you want to learn from experienced persons, right? Something is going on down here. Something is going on in the other tent. You understand? But because of the pure definition you have of the why you are here, you are here. So when you get to school, whatever activity, there's going to be a lot of activities. as long as that activity is not alignment with the definition of your why, it is not your name. So stick to the reason why you are in school and avoid any other thing outside the definition of your why is a distraction to you. So stay focused after defining your why you are in school and stay let your activity revolve within the definition of why you are in school. I think that will help you to achieve better. Thank you so much.
So much for that short and profound discourse. So moving on, I'll be coming back to you. My question is, what practical steps can teenagers going to take, starting from today, to develop a mindset of self-reliance? And I would also want you to speak on how they can ensure, avoid, and resist pressure from their peers, and pressures from their friends, but most especially, how can they begin to develop what steps, like maybe give us 3 or 4 steps they can take to begin to build a self-reliant mindset that will ensure that they're able to resist pressures from their parents.
Thank you for that question. So, like I said when I was asked the first question, I would want you to listen, okay? Like I said when I was asked the first question, I said that as girls, but permit me, I'm going to speak to the boys too in this question, right? You should know you are enough, and this is not just only for the girl child. As boys, you should also know it. Like it should be you're sleeping and you're waking up. Like they wake you up, how I am enough. Exactly, you should know that. So, the mindset of the mindset you should build. I know we have all talked about the kind of people we followed. Permit me to use this analogy. When you all were working, I came in pretty early, and when a lot of you were working in, I noticed something. And I just observed the trend. 90% of you seated here, 90, let me give you 70. I'm a statistician by profession, by the way, so I like to work with data. Most of you seated here have gadgets. Yes or yes? Yes. And 90 or 99% of those of you that have gadgets have social media. And out of that percentage that have social media, maybe 101 of you use TikTok. Yes. And you know, sometimes some of the mindsets you build come from the people you follow online. And should I shock you, social media no big life. I have met some of the people I admired on social media, right? By the grace of God, I've been able to meet some very reasonable people. But I've met some of the people I admire on social media. And I went back home and I regretted for placing them here. I'm sorry. But I'm going to be very real. I'm sure that if Mr. Aisha could not invite me next time, I had one. But let me just say the truth now. I'm a very real person. Yes, I was shocked and I was embarrassed because I placed you here, and when I met you in real life, come on now. You were the opposite. Some of the people you see that have cars are standing behind somebody's car and taking picture and blurring the person's plate number, not because it's there. And you know the thing, you are on your bed, you are killing yourself, wanting to be like them, not knowing, say that Boro make me rich. I don't know where we got the ideology of fake it till you make it. Excuse you now, how? What of if I am your destiny of and I meet you faking it? Exactly. I will not fake it till I make it. And I think that is where the parents of the Gen Zs or the Gen Z parents are getting it wrong, because they're actually helping their children fake it. So some of the mindset you should build is, who am I? I think the question that all of us seated here right now should answer is, who am I? I answered that question years ago, and I'm grateful I did. And that is where self-discovery comes in, as the engineer said. You have to answer that question of who you are. Now, for the boys, right? I'm going to speak to you because I've been in the world of the boys for 5 years. For the boys, society has told you if you don't have triceps, you don't have the masculine voice, you don't have the biceps, you cannot beat a woman, you are not a man. For the girls, We have the figure 8, the 6, the oval and apple shapes. That is what makes you a woman, right? Look at me. I am very okay in who I am. I'm not looking down on anybody. I don't use jewelry. And I am the proudest person here about my looks. You that use jewelry, I blow you kisses, you look beautiful, I love you. I don't do makeups. And see, if you stand with me, I'm sorry, you would be intimidated by who I am because I already know who I am. And it's not about the shape, it's not about what I've learned, it's not what I've built over time, like the body features. It's because I know who I am. And I said earlier on, it comes from the inside to the outside. I used to tell everybody that cared to listen to me, the only small thing about me is my stature. Yes, that is the only small thing. Sit with me in this room for 20 minutes and you will know that my mindset is beyond what the physical eyes can see. Want to ask me about things? I know a little about almost everything because I read a lot. I started reading at age 8 and I cannot tell you the books I've read. Yes, God bless my father. I cannot tell you the books I have read. This year alone, I have spent more money on books than I've spent on any dress I'm wearing. In fact, some of the money I've spent on buying books to read, and maybe these books are not even books that so much concerns me, but because I know I'm on a journey of impact, I have to read them, whether in my business or not. For those that are Muslims here, you would be shocked to know that this person seated here have interacted with Muslims and I have a glimpse of the Quran. That's how much I read. Because I want my mindset. I don't come to the class with my boys and I say because you're a Muslim, no, stay. And I want to talk to the Christians, they don't know. I want to make sure that we are all encompassing. So you should answer the question of who you are. If you answer that question, honestly, every other problem would come to place. And how do you answer that question? You would have to know God that created you. Whether you were a Muslim, you're an atheist, or you're a Christian seated in this room, I am sure we all believe in God. Even the atheists believe in God. Whether he says man is his God or rock is his God, he believes in a God that created us. Yes. And so you would want to know who you are from the lens of God, your creator, right? And when you know that, you will now be able to answer that question of who you are. Then to help your mindset, you also have to build a very good character base. And building a good character base, let me say it here, learn to say no early. No is an answer, yes is an answer. What did I say? No is an answer, yes is an answer. One of my biggest regrets in life is I didn't learn to say no early. Yes. And maybe not to very extreme, but I like to make people happy. And because of that, I would always say yes. But now you say no without even looking at your face. Yeah. Then to the second question I was asked, peer pressure. I think I tell you, pressures choke. So even me, that I'm speaking all this posh English, there are places I will go to and I'm pressured. But because of I know who I am, I can still snap back from that pressure and I'll say, oh yes, this is who I am, and I will not be pressured. Most of you are seated, most of you are like I said, on social media, and you are seeing people that are your age doing one thing, doing another, and all of that. Let me just tell you, your time will come. So calm down. Tell your neighbor, calm down. Calm all the way down. And see, when it is your time, it will tire you. And there's one thing I want you to also know. Live this aspect of your life enjoying it. And when I mean enjoying it is, so that when you go, you don't miss or regret the decisions you made while you were young. So the pressure is everywhere. But when you know who you are, you will be able to know that regardless of what people are doing out there, regardless of those who have gone ahead of me, I know I will meet up someday. I will be where I admire some of the people to be. Where some of the people are, I admire them. Where I am today was the prayers of yesterday, and God has answered them today. And I still have more prayers. I'm going to get there. And when I get there, I will look back with gratitude, and I will be happy that I enjoyed every part of my life. Thank you.
This class is not involved. Please, can you give her another round of applause? So, I'll be coming back to the engineering house. Just in 3 minutes, you mentioned, you talked about passion and career, and those are 2 things. So, is it possible, my question is it possible to build a successful career while still pursuing your passion? And I want you to speak on the circumference of like giving us 3 strategies so that the deal is long talk. 3 critical strategies that can help them merge passion and career all together.
Thank you so much. I just want to start by quoting Mae Jemison. For those that know her, she's the first black lady that touched the space. Mae Jemison said, greatness can only be captured in one word, and that word is lifestyle. And lifestyle, you can see, the only word that has 2 words. Life and what? Style. Life God gives to you. Style is what you make out of it. Right? Now, passion is good. When passion starts paying you, it's called vocation. Right? When passion starts paying you, it's called what? Vocation. But if passion does not pay you, it's called leisure. It's called what? Leisure. So many people spend more time on leisure. And today, you no longer talk about leisure. Let your passion do what? Pay you. Whatever you like doing. Most people social media, what they do? If they like playing or during playing, but they will not record themselves, right? And post it. So while they are enjoying their passion, you are paying them by watching their what? Their videos. I see some ladies, they go to the kitchen, they cook. Right? While they are cooking, they are recording themselves. While they are doing their thing they love doing, what are you doing? You are paying for it. The one is career. Most times you look at career like medicine, right? Now, one of the person I admire most in medicine is not Ben Carson. I admire Ekemba Chinonso. I'm not going to know him. Ekemba is called the Abroko doctor. Right? I'm not going to like watching him. If you watch, he has created a name for himself. Abroko went to school to study medicine. While others went to the hospital, he went online. He makes more money than those that are what? That are working in the hospital. Doing his passion, what the Lord wants doing is very important. And now, what will successful people do? And how can you be successful? First, there are a lot of things in your life you must kill today. You must kill when? Today. 1, don't let your background keep your back on the ground. What did I say? Don't let your background do what? So many of us will tell you, my father does not have money. I came from a poor home, right? We don't have connection. My brother is not there. My sister is not there. Dwelling on what? Background. Let me tell you, Nigeria is one place I lost so much. Almost every president of this country came from a poor home. Almost every what? President. I don't think I've seen a president of Nigeria that came from a rich home. If you know, just mention the person. What does that mean? It's you. She has said a lot about discovering yourself. The coach has talked about having a big what? Vision. So many of us now have big vision because of where we come from. Kill that mindset. When? Today, you can be anything you want to be in life. Just this week, we have boys from Owole, right, that went to Rome and conquered the world in mathematics and science. They came first. They conquered the world because they believe that they have it and they can be the first. They competed against 11,500 students in 154 countries and they came first. Mathematics and science. Why? Because they didn't see limitation. The only limitation you have in this life is who? Is yourself. The only limitation you have in this world is who? Is yourself. Your self-doubt. There is nothing you cannot become. There is nothing you cannot what? Become. But then before you get there are things you must start doing well today. And that is talking on the lifestyle we talked about. What can I start doing today? I have a big vision. Yes, it's good. I need to break my vision into goals. Right? When I break the vision into goals, I need to break my goals into targets. Right? And then I need to break my targets into tasks. Into what? Tasks. I need to, not my targets have to be broken down into tasks. And then I will now ask myself, what tasks am I doing today? One song says, give every flying minute something to keep in store. We have 24 hours in a day. Each hour is complete with 60 minutes, right? How many times do you build yourself in those minutes? Most times we watch a lot of things on social media. Are you watching something based on your passion because you want to grow? Or are you watching because you are just making money for another person? I must start networking, which we are doing now. I must start working hard. I must also start learning new skills. When I went into finance, I know that engineering would not save me in finance. Right? I had to learn accounting, and that means there's a better accountant in Nigeria than me. And I never went to an accounting school. I had to self-teach myself what? Accounting. Today, the chairman of UBA, Tony is going, right? The chairman of UBA, most people don't know him. Emmanuel Noron. Emmanuel Noron is going to take over from Tony Ibel. I've searched, even when we were there in UBA, Emmanuel never went to a secondary school. He never went to a commercial school. But Emmanuel did well in accounting. Now Emmanuel is going to be the chairman of a bank without a secondary school certificate, without what? Just at the university. He taught himself. Everything people are teaching you, how many years? Emmanuel did what? Taught himself. So never allow your background, keep your back on the ground. You can achieve whatever you want to be.
Thank you so much. So at this point, I'll be throwing the mic back to you people and we'll be taking 3 questions. If you have a question you want to ask, please can I just see your hands up? Alright, so we have one more person. Who else again? I will take one first. Any other person with a question? Alright. So the person, please kindly, if you have a question, kindly step out. The best 3 people who will take. If you have a question, please a round of applause for them. You don't have to step out. If you have a question, kindly step out.
How can you maneuver your way to success in a society that celebrates mediocrity and sometimes you can play excellent achievements?
Alright, so I want you to answer this question for me.
If I got you well, you said how can what?
How can you maneuver your way to success in a society that celebrates mediocrity?
Is there a maneuver to success? See, let me just tell you the truth. Thank you very much. I hate trends. I got that, thank you. I hate trends, but permit me to jump on Olodo uprising trend. Should I tell you something? The people who celebrate the Olodo uprisers are not the people at the peak. For instance, I hate to mention names and I wouldn't mention names. The person who was used as an example for the Olodo uprising, have you seen him in a meeting with Onelwele? Never. And my dear, should I shock you? It may never happen. Check it. All of the Olodo uprisers will not sit. Are you a Christian? Yes, the Bible says that the gift of a man will do what? Will bring him before kings. And until you get to the palace, you cannot really say you are excellent to a peak, right? So how do you maneuver? Please, there is no way to maneuver success. Keep doing what you're doing, and one day the world will hear of you, whether or not. And I do not want to believe that we celebrate mediocrity, because the excellent ones will not celebrate mediocrity. I will not celebrate mediocrity. And for me, I am waiting to celebrate you at the peak of success.